I got into wrestling since first grade. My focus came just on wrestling.
What's your legit weight?
360. I was at a time 420.
Do you have sneaky agility?
No. Everyone knows I'm coming, babe. Forgot to announce it. I'm sorry.
You introduce yourself as Dozer?
Oh, yeah. Dax Charles gave me the nickname. Just like, you know what I'm going to call you? The Bulldozer.
Mandy Rose in that whole angle with her.
She was definitely the ignition for sure.
When you finally had enough with Gable, what a moment that was.
Yeah. And there's still a lot of story there.
What are your goals in WWE?
Singles match in WrestleMania. Big match with Gable. Big title would be nice, but doing what I love to do is a blessing for me.
How's the temperature in here?
Good, man. Real good.
I had 2 requests from you, which I've never had before. 1, you got AC in there? Yeah, we got AC. Make sure it's at like, I don't know, 64.
I'm like, what's a good number in between? Because I'm like 58 all year.
58?
Yeah, if it's getting negative 10, crank up to 68. But that's only because the counters are getting a little cold, and yeah, it makes the food cold. Yeah.
And then request number 2 was make sure you got a strong chair.
Oh, babe, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yes.
Have you had issues with chairs?
All the time. I remember there was a specific time where we're having catering after a UK show. Maybe it was in Ireland, yeah, because I remember Kobe got a Guinness too. And then Kobe's like, hey, pull up a chair, big guy. And I go, I can't. I go, why? Made of straws. He's like, I never thought about that. You guys think about it all the time? I go, all the time. Got to test it out.
So before you sit down on any chair, you got to go.
Unless I'm, with the boys, I'm going, yeah, but yeah. Usually I'm like, I'm going to test this out.
What's your legit weight?
360.
Jeez.
Yep.
I mean, excellent. Yeah.
Hey,
right. What's the correct response to that? I don't even know. Yeah.
Yeah, we got work with my babe dietitian there, Alexis Shelley. Sorry, I'm botching your name, hon. But yeah, she just does with eat basically like a child. So anything with beef or cheese, we just gotta do the right time. But yeah, I was at a time 420. Before, so yeah, I got down. I don't know how much weight that is, or it was that 58 body percent. We did the body count. But you stand on there and you touch the gimmicks. So yeah.
Yeah, like your
BMI stuff. Yeah. So it's always great on paper.
How many calories you eat in a day?
4,000, something like that.
Like, and that's every day?
Yeah. So I get, like you said, my sandwiches. Greek yogurt is like awesome because like I'm a big mayonnaise guy, and that was been my replacement for sandwiches, which is good because it's like it goes with everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's basically, just burgers that are not, a burger you would want out, but an athlete burger.
Were you a large baby? Like, did you weigh a lot when you were born?
My sister, who's the smallest one of the family, she was like 7 pounds, and I was the same weight. Yeah. So Phil was like, I think 9 something. My other brother Phil.
When was your growth spurt?
So I was this size already. What about 8th grade? Basically the same height, and obviously lighter because of amateur wrestling. But yeah, just same. Yeah, I hit puberty really young, babe. Really young, like 3rd grade. It was bad. I remember I got like the terrible acne under my eyes. I had to get popped every night. Like, just doctors are just like, you're insanely and I'm just like, yes.
And you're like, I was built to be a wrestler.
Kinda, yeah.
Like, and I don't just mean a pro wrestler, like built to be just a wrestler.
Yeah, I got into wrestling since 1st grade. Do you remember Central Middle School? Oh yeah, Central. Not there exists, but every time you did cardio or had a match there, you're coughing up dust. They were the dirtiest mats. It was youth league. And I saw Royal Rumble 97 with the 2 luchador midget brothers that were working. I thought they were kids. So I said, hey, Ma, sign me up for wrestling. Because she just happened to mention it when she got home from work. And then we get there and I just see mats and I'm like, where's the ring? And my mom has got a very, very certain tone, as he knows. She goes, there's no goddamn ring. This is real wrestling, son. Now go over there with your team. You're purple. I was purple every year. I wanted to go with the gold team because they kept winning. Like out of like overall teams. You remember that stuff, right? Like, it wasn't the team where it's like everyone was soft.
But somehow you fell in love with amateur wrestling. You're damn good at it.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't accomplish as much as I probably wanted to, but then again, the love was kind of lost there about 2 years, and Gable could say the same thing. I mean, he knew I was kind of done with it because, again, I was getting to the point where it was like, man, it's like doing all this time and you're not placing first, you're getting 2nd, 3rd, 7th, some tournaments, and just get frustrated. Then when I saw him start in NXT, I was like, oh, man, if he's going to do it, I'm going to do it. So he was kind of the key there. little niche in there.
Was he the one who got you in to WWE?
Kind of just like, I know Briscoe for years, Gerald Briscoe. So he would come to every, NCAA national tournament, every U.S. Open for Greco-Roman wrestling. And
just scouting,
but it'd be Briscoe style. He'd be sitting there with upper decker dipping and, all right, I'm going to talk to you. And he goes, are you a senior yet? And that was this question every year. I said, no, sir, not a senior yet. I'm hoping to graduate. And then the last time I saw him, I go, Gerald, I'm failing college. I kind of need to try out. It's just kind of like, I don't know where to go from here. It was so bad because I couldn't pass elementary algebra. So the college I was doing a D2 college in CSU Pueblo, and they said, well, you got to pay for your own at community college. I'm like, well, I'm not doing that. It was just couldn't pass the math course. So I was about 6 credits short from graduating, but I was like, I don't know. My focus came just on wrestling at that point. So
WWE, in a sense, kind of got you out of the situation you were in, or at least the tryout did.
Oh yeah, it was like a kind of a process because it was moved back, I think, twice. So at that point, I was like, Briscoe said, get in contact with a guy who got a recent release at that time, Sam Udell, Six Guns, and he goes, I recruited him. He's a Briscoe boy. Get your footwork going at the school or find a school. It's like, all right. And I ended up just going to Denver, and I just met this guy named Matt Yaden who worked at TNA office. And I was like, hey man, I can't really afford the money to pay. I could pay you half, but I got to drive 3 hours to get here for practice and shows. Is that cool if I pay you half? Oh, absolutely. So, and I stayed at his couch a lot. So it was kind of like that. It was a fun 6 months of learning the ropes. But my tryout was probably 3 months into me doing running the ropes and stuff like that. So
only 3 months in.
Yeah. So, but I didn't tell anything. I didn't mention anything I had experience in the ring. So I remember the first time they're like, all right, run the ropes. They're teaching us, Billy Gunn's hitting the ropes, sick as hell, fast. He's jacked. He's like, that's how you do it. And we're like, all right. I remember Lacey Evans was in front of me too. So she was in front of me. She hits the ropes. Then I get in there and I'm like, all right. So I start hitting the ropes, and whenever Matt Bloom goes, surprise. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not blown.
You have insane agility for a man of your size.
I guess so. I don't know. All I do is dance.
That's all you do?
Yeah. Shake the hips. If you want the buck stops here, boy, I'll hit you right there. Right in the mouth. See that, babe? Termination.
Is everybody, babe?
I've been getting this a lot, yeah. It's getting to the point now where with my dogs, babe, and all 3 come. I'm like, well, there's only room for 2 of you, and I was going to have you between the legs. But okay, so it's getting to the point there. I think Coley would say too, and especially with Gable, when we were traveling, he'd be like, "You just babe me?" Said, "Yeah." Why? I don't know. Been saying that a lot.
If we peel back the curtain here, the whole reason that this happened today is Chad Gable was just here a few hours ago, and he goes, "Oh, since you're in town,
scared of me."
He goes, since you're in town, you should do something with Otis. Yeah, he lives not too far from here. I'll give him a call and make this happen. And then no sooner, 5-10 minutes later,
yeah,
I see a Duluth, Minnesota number on my phone. I answer it and I'm like, hello? Hey, what's up, Sedozer?
Oh, no, you didn't see the F word part. I was like, oh yeah, first time on the phone with this guy. I'm going to set the tone here, boys.
Yeah, babe, we're going to do this thing, babe.
That's where it gets to the point. Say I get a delivery, and it's always a prime guy. He comes up, he goes, "Hey, I love," because I have it's kind of bad because I really set my house to be just complete Halloween all year round. And the problem with that is you don't want everybody knowing your address as much, but at the same time, if someone moves in across the street, they go, "Oh, you're the guy, the crazy guy that has all year round Halloween stuff." I go, "Yeah, it is me." So they start saying that's Otis's house. So now it's like, dang it, now my association with Halloween has exposed me. Everybody come over. All that, babe. Yeah.
The Dozer. Just introduce yourself as Dozer.
Yeah, that nickname started because anyone getting with Tucky, it was funny because when we first met in NXT, he's like, yeah, I always do I know the side sweep. And I go, I didn't know nothing side about it. I just go straight forward. And I remember Dax Charles gave me the nickname at first. At first, he was calling me the Bone Crusher. It was very annoying. It's like, hey, Bone Crusher, you ready to be my heavyweight? So he talks. He's from New Orleans. So he had a big dip in, and he's just like, you know what I'm going to call you? The bulldozer. And I went, I like it. So then it was nice, easy to chant, you know, especially at home meets, you know what I mean? It's always a big thing when heavyweights go up there. Like, they're going to be like a complete shit show or a complete just battle. You know, you never know with heavyweights. So I'm talking about from experience myself.
We'll get back to the conversation in just a second, but if I asked you to name every single subscription that you have, think you could do it? 74% of people have subscriptions that they've forgotten about. I was one of them, but with the help of Rocket Money, just a few taps, they took care of it. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps you find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills so you can grow your savings. I always thought that when you have a bill that you pay every month, like a cell phone bill, an internet bill, a cable bill, that's it. That is the price that you pay, and that's it. Rocket Money will actually help to negotiate your bills lower for you, sometimes up to 20% lower. They'll scan your bills and then they'll do all the work for you. They'll go back and forth with the customer service, and what you get in the end is a lower bill. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and it's saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all of the app's features. Stop wasting money on things that you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/CVV. That's rocketmoney.com/CVV. How'd you get the name Otis?
I had 3 decisions, so I gave them like 12 lists. I was like, man, this one sounds good. And they were like, no, that one doesn't sound good. And I was going to do, there was a Cannonball. It was a previous Cannonball before, so I couldn't do Cannonball. So it was like, the list was Dozer, Terry Dukes, or Otis Riker was like the top 3. And then I don't hear nothing for a while. And then we're actually in the ring, had TV at the Full Sail. The TV's at Full Sail. And I get this rub on my calf. And I'm thinking it's one of the referees. I'm just like, hey, get off my ass. And it's just Hunter, just, hey, talk to you. Pulls out this little piece of paper. What do you think about this? And I'm like, Otis the Dozer Dozovic. He goes, eventually, we'll call you Dozer. But just because I'm going to give you a real name. Oh, cool. So, of course, we tried pushing the Dozer and still just became Otis. So, yeah.
Yeah, you had a much longer name.
No. Our first match, I think, in the main roster was Tucky goes, where's our last names? And the announcer, I think it was Dasha at the time, she goes, oh, no, it just says Otis and Tucker. I go, we lost our last names down. Dozer's goodbye. So, yeah, it's just kind of like a nickname, I guess. I mean, yeah, if you called half the boys, they'd be like, oh, it's Dozer, yeah. Hang up the phone.
Heavy Machinery is a fantastic name for a tag team.
And they didn't, I remember Hunter was like kind of questionable about it because it's hard to say that without, a lot of people immediately are thinking like, oh, hard hats and I don't know, YMCA, dude. I don't know. Like just, I mean, what we meant was we're 2 big boys that can go, you know, like we're just like, especially Sean Hayes behind us at the time. He was like, he's just literally getting off. I'm like, all right, we're going to do this and see if you guys can do it with your body weight. And like, we just started killing numbers in the gym. Because of course at the time it was Lars Sullivan and this one rack in the middle. We called it the big man rack. It was Lars Sullivan, Mike Rawless. I don't know their work name, sorry. But me, and then it was Tucky. So like it was always just like competition there, and like so we knew we could go, like where cardio was there, and like just the heavy machine just fit. And then we tried like TKO'd, which was Tucky's initials. They just add the O as Otis, so it'd be Tucker Knight Otis into a D. But no, yeah, it was we basically just said you can call us wherever you want. No, that's what Tucky said. We are heavy machinery. We are. He hit the desk like this. Heavy machinery. Tucky's very emotional.
It's a fantastic name.
It
tells you all you need to know about you guys.
Yeah, and just meeting him too. Like I remember, I just got off like a bad relationship. Like so, before I got hired, I got brokenhearted by 8-year relationship with my first fiance. Oh, and I remember, I don't know if I was selling or something. Like after practice, and Tucker walks in. We had like a little cafeteria, and he goes, he's like, "Hey, heard you lost. Did you get dumped?" I go, "Yeah." "Yeah, you feel like a piece of shit?" I go, "Yeah." "Feel depressed a little bit? Feel like no one's gonna love you again?" "Yeah." "It'll pass." He just left. And I'm like, then next thing I know, like we're tag team.
What a pep talk.
Yeah. I'm just sitting there eating my ground beef because that's all I do. It was just ground beef, with a bunch of hot sauce. And just like, oh, okay, it'll pass.
Are you the type of guy who packs your meals when you travel?
Yeah, but not like body guy-ish. It would be like, well, like 20 bison patties in a bag. And I'll look like a maniac before I get in a gym. You guys got a microwave? Yeah. I was pull out this massive bag of beef. You know, like Fergie and makes it real pretty, obviously. Finn Balor. And Gable has it like right to the centimeter. So yeah, I got to pack
20 bison patties.
Yeah, I just, you know, I got my bread, a loaf of bread. I pack it perfectly between my clothes so it doesn't get smushed. Well, yeah. I guess like I said, I eat like a child, so I need like bread. I can't do rice and chicken every meal.
So you're not arriving to the town and then having to find somewhere to buy food or a fast food joint or something.
I do with breakfast still. Eggs.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Got to have fresh eggs, babe.
There's a fantastic continental breakfast in this hotel.
Well, the Holiday Inn. Well, it's Holiday Inn Express, baby. Snoop Dogg said it first. Holiday Inn. Was it Snoop? Snoop, right?
But no, it was...
No, I messed this up. No, it's a young...
Holiday Inn.
It's Chingy. Is it Chingy?
Chingy.
Chingy. I don't know anything about rap. Sorry, guys. But
Chingy's definitely... Do you have a phone? Could you look this up for us?
we have Colabor Shore on the case.
Chingy's also the right there guy. He was my first
I think it's the same guy.
Yeah, just Chingy, yeah. He was my first ever celebrity interview.
Oh, no shit.
Chingy,
Oh.
yeah. But he was, I think it was featuring Chingy, was Holiday Inn. Who sings? Everybody listening's going to be like, come on, we're getting it here off. This is amazing that you brought
I thought Snoop was at least featured in that.
we're about to find out.
Luda was in that?
Oh, it is a Snoop song. Okay.
So it's Snoop. I got it right.
Amazing.
Dawkins would be so proud.
That was incredible.
They'll talk about like it'd be like the Prophets talking to maybe LA Knight. I'm trying to think exactly the shenanigans in the locker room, but they'll be talking about this, and I'm like, I don't know anybody they're talking about. This is my era. I've lost my mind.
What are you normally listening to?
Always like 80s rock. Oh yeah, I'm always hard baby. It's got to be. I'm getting more into like soul music, like more jazz now randomly. So like I said, I'm weird because I don't know, I'll like a favorite hot sauce for like 10 months. Then I'm like done with it. I go to a new hot sauce. I'm a weirdo. So right now it's Cholula, babe. Oh, a little Cholula on the eggs and black pepper, babe. Oh yeah. And yeah, so it's like, what was talking about there?
Your music.
The music, yeah, dude. So like but then like when I was raised with my sister, she was like, the room there, and it was always Nirvana and Marilyn Manson. And it would be the weirdest thing to open her door, just be a picture of Marilyn Manson just naked. Just like, but that, not naked, but that,
Yeah, that bodysuit thing.
Like the Buffalo Bill one. Yeah. Sorry, I'm pointing. But the carnage. But it's like, I would like, but she would throw in some like 80s in there, like Rhythmatics, like, like Sweet Dreams. Then all of a sudden, some roaring music. So I have a love for heavy metal too. I think they're the same fans as wrestling, especially.
Yes.
I'm getting more into like outlaw country that I don't even know about. Because again, like I'm all kind of new to this world, but I'm always older. Everything's old. Like, I mean, I'm a Beatles guy too. And yeah, it's just, AC/DC, anything that gets you rocking, gets the blood flowing. You know what I mean?
You know who else are the same fans of wrestling? Horror fans. A lot of crossover there. A lot of crossover.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. It's definitely crazy how the community, just like you go to like a Comic-Con or Orlando's Spooky Empire.
Yeah.
Just everyone's just like, oh, Otis. And like, they're just like, they're basically the same kind of business. Just like, hey, we're selling this merchandise and we're, but we always get treated great at those Comic-Cons, like especially the horror ones.
What's your go-to horror franchise, or maybe horror film if it's just one?
Oh. I would have to say horror franchise.
Okay, we'll start there.
I mean, you said horror franchise.
Yeah.
Sorry, to make sure.
Yeah. And then we could go, if it's just a horror film, we can go with just a horror film.
Well, I got to say, growing up, that Friday the 13th was very good to me, especially going through early puberty, like I said. A lot of good memories there during the sex scenes as a child. Because again, back then, you rent movies back then, you actually had to go to a store and actually pick 3 movies for the weekend. So it was just like always had to have Friday the 13th, love Jason and all that. So I would say Friday the 13th. Besides, Takes Manhattan kind of sucks. So did Jason Goes to Hell. It was like, I want Jason. I don't want somebody else.
Yeah, there were some rough ones in there.
Yeah, rough ones there, but always had great boobs. Sorry. Sorry.
What about just a standalone, like you just want to be terrified? What's the movie you would...
Pet Sematary, because I read that movie when I was introduced to a lot of this because I had 2 older siblings, so they're both like in their teens, and I'm like this chubby little kid, just like, potato chips, and and like I would just watch any movie they'd watch. There was no like parental, guidance. My mom was like, what's on? And like my dad goes, I don't care, as long as there's some action movies. Like it was just,
What accent is that?
My dad's from former Yugoslavia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he's basically like a twin of Robert De Niro. He had the same mole in his face, and now he's growing his hair out now. So yeah, he's he's a real role. Yeah, the boys love him backstage for sure.
So you could just put on any movie then.
Put it on there, and I just like was mesmerized by all these movies and classics. I remember just like I was telling the story to Gable one time, we're having coffee, and I was like, my mom would sing "Come Together," but she would say it like differently. So she wouldn't say "shoot me," she'd say "shang dong diddle doon diddle dong," and she would do like a gallon of hairspray, just getting ready for work. She was a waitress. I'd see her and I'd be like, man, I might steal that someday. Like just all she would be moving, dude. The next thing you know, get your goddamn backpack. Let's get fucking going. And it was like, oh, sorry, I was mesmerized by your performance. So now I'm just a brat kid going in for the school bus.
Do you remember your earliest memories of watching wrestling?
Oh yeah, I remember my first. I only remember because it was Raven. My dad was cutting up stuff for stew. We were cutting vegetables because our vegetables were baked beans back then. There was a bunch of random like garlic stuff I've never even heard of. He's chopping it up. I'm just watching Thunder, and I just remember being like, I don't know, I just loved it ever since. And I didn't even watch Raw yet, but I grew up kind of like in that, Attitude Era was like WCW. So I'd watch WCW, then I'd watch. Because you'd always be like, there's cruiserweights going on right here. Then the next thing you know, you got Sable. And it's just like, oh my God, stay at Sable.
Yeah, flicking back and forth, right, on Monday.
And I was the biggest Too Cool guy. Oh yeah. I remember meeting Scotty for the first time. He's working an indie show in Proctor, Minnesota at the fairgrounds. And he must have thought I was working him. So we just like walked, but it wasn't like we snuck in, we just walked in. It was almost when they were building the ring and we were just walking in and, hey, Scotty. And he goes, hey, what do you want to do tonight? I'm like, oh no, I'm scared to tell you. I just won the Fargo National Championship 2009. I did the worm on the stage. So I fucking threw the fucker, got him on his fucking head, got the points. Then I just dropped. And I remember the referee was going to do some shit because you're supposed to like have your hand raised pretty soon.
During a wrestling match, you just.
No, after.
Oh, okay, but still.
Oh, no, you got to get business first, babe. Business first. Where the head goes, the body goes. Boom. So yeah, we just go. But like, yeah, I just go, yeah, did you worm after I won the national championship? He just kind of figured out, oh, this guy's a worker. Let's get him out of here. But he didn't really stay up there, so we ended up getting kicked out. Went to the show later on. They ends up being my coach at NXT, so that was crazy. But yeah, I know like a lot to Scotty because for some reason, just some guys click with you when you're a kid. I loved all the Rikishi stuff. Also, yeah, I've been Too Cool and Grandmaster Sexy was one of my. There was a crappy version I did. It was called Booty Tang. I had the same goggles on and the do-rags. There's footage somewhere. We have backyard wrestling videos somewhere. So, yeah.
So if you saw my interview with Adam Copeland or Christian Cage, they said that planking was one of the biggest reasons that they're in the best shape of their life at 50 years old. And they designed a product that makes it comfortable, functional, and fun, and it's called Pure Plank. I've been doing this every day, and I can tell you Pure Plank is the real deal. And the best part about it is you can start planking with just 3 minutes a day. Pure Plank's signature soft rubber padding ensures that planks are comfortable no matter how long you hold them, and their handles guide you into the perfect plank position every single time with optimal body alignment. Look, the problem with planking is that it's boring and it's uncomfortable. And Pure Plank has solved both of those with the mat and the handles. And let me tell you, when you grab onto those handles and you start to shake a little bit in your core, oh baby, it's on. So they were kind enough to create the discount code CVV. So if you go to gopureplank.com and you use that code CVV, you'll save 10% on Pure Plank, designed by Adam Copeland and Christian Cage.
Did you learn how to do the worm because of Scotty Too Hotty?
So yeah, I saw that, but I remember it was called the Sock Hop in Cooper Elementary School. My mom goes, we gotta get your ass out of the house. You're watching too much horror movies. You're watching too much damn wrestling. Get out of the house. I'm gonna take you to the Sock Hop. I'm like, that was a sock hop. Parents are former dancing. And we get in there and like, of course, it's typical. I'm not going to dance with a girl. It's kind of like 5th grade and, and I'm like, all right. So I walk up to the DJ and I said, excuse me, sir, do you have Batter Up by Nelly? He's like, yeah, but I wasn't planning on playing that. Play it next. Walked away. Next thing I know, I'm just waiting for the song to play. About 10 more polka songs came on. Finally, that goes on. But everyone, all the dudes finally, dancing with their chicks. I just dropped down and did it. Boom. got that first reaction to tension, you know, because I've never been a big attention guy, but it's always been like, you know, some form of love to show for your like craft of performing. So I dropped down on there, did it, big old place pop. So it was like,
So you were hooked. You were hooked.
I've always been hooked. Yeah. It's only good addiction I have is wrestling.
You're like, I need the crowd reaction. But how do you even learn you can do the worm?
I just did it. I mean,
You just, at that dance, you just did it.
I would, but I couldn't do it at the house because we only have one layer of ceiling, not two for the living room. So like, if I did it, even at weighing that much as a child, it sounded like a thunderstorm. It was like, you know, like what the hell is that? So I couldn't do it. So when I finally got to do it, I just let loose and just did it. So it's the only dance move I had besides the hips, you know.
Did you love Rikishi because you're like, I just love a fellow big man?
Yeah, but also like he was just doing stuff that like was entertaining my mom at the time, was entertaining. Like it got my family, because they never wanted me to do this. They were always like, oh, you know, be a doctor, you know. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna read books for 10 fucking years.
Be a doctor.
Yeah, be a doctor, Nico. I work hard. I do all this stuff for you. You just want to be in your underwear. No, he doesn't say that. He loves wrestling now, but back then it was like a little different story. But yeah.
Also, the way Rikishi moved for a guy who was 400 plus pounds.
I just love that. Yeah, everything about him, like the turn and I mean, obviously, the Snake Face is classic, but just appreciating how he could move and all. And again, like you never appreciate it fully until you go back. Same with Randy Savage. I saw Randy as you know, 5 or 6 years old as, you know, Team Madness. So I already thought he was cool as shit. But I would look back at older tapes from Mr. Movies, Video Vision. Is that still there, Video Vision? No, that closed down. Video Vision? Oh, R.I.P. Oh, that's where I got all my wrestling videos.
I feel like we should introduce the person you keep speaking to off camera here. People are like, who is he talking to? What's going on?
Sorry, babes. I just feel, you know, the boys are here. We're just talking.
We're all here, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just like you just watch like all like old pay-per-views and you see Savage doing crap you never saw before because he had to work, you know, smarter as you get older, right?
Sure, yeah.
But I mean, geez, then you appreciate Kishi even more his younger years watching him work. So I had no idea he was it Satin? I had no idea that was him, for God's sakes.
The way he did the 360 clothesline always blew my mind.
Oh yeah. The Samoans, babe, have explosive power, babe.
It's incredible.
They're just tanks.
I mean, not unlike you. Like, you have sneaky agility.
No. Everyone knows I'm coming, babe. Forgot to announce it. Sorry. Till next time.
Show us these socks you have. Is
that
Frankenstein?
Yeah,
give him a little, pull him up a little. His face.
Sarah, you want to get your mic here?
Okay. His face is shrink.
Frankenstein.
There he is.
Yep. I'll meet guys on like IG. They're just like, yeah, you know, we got this horror stuff. And like, I always feel like such a prima donna when I say, I might need a 2X or a 3X. I'm sorry. Just different clothes fit me different, babe. And like those send different sizes. So it's cool. So yeah. Thanks, guys. Put them over.
I'm actually shocked you're just a 2X.
Cut off. Yeah.
You're a large man.
It depends, babe. I mean, you see me put my clothes on. Good God. He's like, dude, is that going to fit? Yeah. No, it's not. No. You're right, Coley. Damn it. He's off camera again.
We're in Minneapolis right now. Where did you grow up in relation to here?
Superior, Wisconsin. So if you look at the top of the map where the Wolf's Lake head kind of shape is, on that. So I was in Billings Park area. Guy off camera was East End.
You want to just pop in for half a second here? Just wave.
It's my boy Cole Shore.
Yeah.
He's a single man. All right.
Hey, are you also a single man?
No, sir. I cannot speak. A taken man.
Oh, there he is. Okay. Well,
but you guys can have me every Monday night. Have it all night long.
I'm also a taken man.
You're a married guy?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. And a father. Yeah.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah. Got a little girl and a little boy on the way.
That's what we're like always scared about too, because like wrestlers usually, like the amateur wrestlers always usually get girls. You always want to be the first one to be the boy. Like, yeah, he's me. But then like the girl, I'm so afraid she's gonna have like my shoulders, my beard. I'm so scared to have a daughter. And like she's gonna be like, oh, I want to play volleyball, but I'm 5'5". I'm gonna say, hun, be a wrestler. I don't know.
So you grew up way north.
Way north. So yeah, we're
Like further north. I'm from Canada. You grew up further north from me.
yeah. So we kind of want snow because every time there's no snow and just that lake is being vicious, it's always like -30. So that wind just gets you, babe. So yeah, but my house is always the one at home is always at 85 degrees, even though the thermometer says 60. That's the reason that house could keep heat. So we had no problem with heating during the winter, but vice versa. Summer, I was just there in town for a buddy's funeral, and I was just like, good God, this place is so fucking hot. Christopher, 64, please.
It is 64.
Usually I'm sweating this bad when the lights are on, but I'm not. Usually Maxxine is always like, you got some on your thing, babe. Oh, thanks, babe.
Maxxine as a wrestler now, I feel like has improved so much. I was talking to Gable about this.
She's fucking hungry, babe.
Yeah, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I saw her do like a step up in a match, and I'm like, hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, it doesn't help though. Her best friend's Chelsea too, and Chelsea's like, oh yeah, you're gonna do that, aren't you? You know what I mean? Just that, that confidence builder. You know what I mean? Like Chelsea's said, I talking aside, I love our whole women's division. To be honest with you, like I'm a big Zoe Stark guy. You know what I mean? She's a badass. You know, all the workers. I mean, yeah, we have a stud ass. I mean, no pun intended. Women's division for sure.
Who are some of the like really like you're obviously a stupidly strong guy.
I guess so.
Who are some of the other ones in the locker room?
Who's strong?
Yeah.
Put me on the spot, man. Obviously, Bobby Lashley is a freak. I mean, I always tell Bobby, it's like grabbing a piece of rock. You're just like, are you ready, babe? My God, that's steel. I'm just like Mickey Rourke and Expendables with Stallone. Oh, is that cold piece of shit right there? God, you're cold steel? Like literally just, all right, he's not going to move yet. I'll wait for him if he wants to move. It's just like, yeah, his power, man. Yeah, Big E's another one that's like, I've never had him pick me up clean because it's on me. But it's also like just the way he comes in with that. I love that physical contact.
What about the Brawns? Braun Strowman, Braun Breaker.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, baby. I missed a lot of boys. I'm sorry, boys. We all pump the iron. I don't get it. I get it. You don't have this grip strength as Dozer. I don't care. My beard's in the microphone right now. And no, Braun, I mean, just his like grip strength and like, because again, we'll be in the ring and we're like, God damn it, Dozer. And I'd be like, oh, yeah? What was that punch you just gave me, man? I mean, like, so it's always a good time working with Big Daddy. I call him that in the match. Are you ready, Big Daddy? He's like, oh, don't do that. I love you, Big Daddy. With Breaker, I mean, dude, the first time I seen that kid was in Orlando working on my hip stuff, and he's just, dude, like he was explosive for 45 minutes straight. Like his CNS should have been fried. He was just, kid's a stud. Yeah. So yeah. I've been in the ring with him once, yes.
So I recently made it a goal to get into the best shape of my life, and I knew that it would take more than just some great workout routines and eating healthier to get there and to really feel my best. It would take me taking my health and my well-being into my own hands, and that's what I did with Merrick Health. Merrick Health is the premier health optimization platform empowering you to maximize your longevity and performance with the confidence that comes from having experts in your back pocket. Think of this as kind of like a look under the hood to just see where everything's at in your body and get a baseline for your numbers to see if you need to raise or lower any of the ones that aren't where they should be. So I ordered their optimization package, which includes 84 carefully selected biomarkers, which is far more than any doctor would ever run for you. You also get a custom lab report with actionable recommendations validated by a clinical research team and physicians, and a thorough analysis of your lab report and a video call with Merrick Health. And I'm proud to say that now at 41 years old, I'm the healthiest that I've ever been, and I have the numbers to back it up. I think this is one of the most important things you can do to find out where you're at right now and then set a goal for where you want to be. So to get the exact same panel and the exact same medical oversight that I got, go to merrickhealth.com/CVV, use the code CVV, and you'll save 10% at checkout.
Mandy Rose was telling me that she pitched the idea for you to be involved in that whole angle with her.
She was definitely the ignition for sure, because you can pitch all day long, but again, like with Mandy, she's like, I'll talk to Vince. I go, okay. So she like gives me the knucks, and then like, because I was just kidding around, I would see like a bikini poster or bikini on IG trying to sin, my lord, and then like I just be like, you look good, babe. And then it became this thing. And actually on Google, it said, is Otis really married? Married. Just one post. And I'm sitting there going, okay, I got some more leverage here. So I kept like posting it just for like laughs because she's awesome. You know, like I said, the girls, like I said, they're a blessing too. Because again, like they're like, it's HR, but we know you mean well. So yeah, but she talked to Vince, came out, and then we started rocking and rolling there. So I mean, the idea, I don't know, but like, you know, she definitely was like, hey, we got to do this.
What a fun storyline it turned into.
Oh man, it was one of those things where it's like, oh, you're gonna kiss the world champion bikini model. Behave yourself, boy. Every day was a test. I'm not talking about the boomstick either. That was always because we could never do like a pre-shot. It was always live because something would mess up. Like, and she's just like, oh, I'm just gonna be ready. And I'm like, I'm sweating terribly because I one time I had to hold like a cake and the box was so unsturdy that I was like, if this thing falls during a live shot, I don't know what to do, babe. I don't know. It was just like you couldn't find a grip. I'm trying to be romantic, going, hey, Mandy, have you seen my match? Or, you know, and of course Ziggy, you know, topped the cake, man. I love Ziggy, man. It's pretty crazy that sorry, my armpits. Just flexing here, man. You know, sexiness. Totally forgot what I was talking about too. Ziggy. So Ziggy gets in the picture and like it was his first singles match in the warehouse as a WrestleMania. It was my first singles too. So it was like it was bittersweet because I respected Dolph a lot, and it's like, damn, I wish it was better, you know, that just, you know, that time, but you know, the times being the times, it was just like, you know.
Could you imagine what the pop would have been like?
I get scared to like, because again, like everyone goes, never forget your first WrestleMania, Pat. And I go, okay. But we had to stick to the internet, I guess, on that one. Yeah.
But you would have had the moment with you and Mandy kissing in front of, it would have been a sold out crowd in Tampa. It would have been insane.
Yeah. But yes, as they say, the road goes on.
but all that stuff, like you saving her at the Rumble, what a fun moment that was.
Oh, I tell you, fans just know it's you. I tell you, I'm like literally trying my best to just be a ball, like in this black cape, like I'm in a cult.
Like they were sneaking you in?
I wouldn't call it, it's hard to sneak my load in there, but it's
heavy machinery. Yes.
So we're doing the Kurt business, but like, they're like, my boots, like you could barely see them. They're the white boots that Otis on them. And literally someone goes, that's Otis. I'm like, oh, fuck's sakes. I guess I'll spread out now. They know it's me. But we got under the ring. And I remember Nick, who's always under the ring crew guy. I go, hey, babe, you know, which one should I roll? What side? He goes, they didn't tell you? I go, no, I'll just assume. So I just kind of kept just weaseling around that ring. So yeah, it was cool because you watch it back. The crowd sees me, but no one really knows what's happening yet until she finally stands up. But then finally we get the big, yeah. So he has an easy payday. Yeah.
What a fun moment that was.
Oh, I felt so bad for landing on me too. I'm just so sweaty under that ring, and she's just beautiful and just barely breaking a sweat. She's just, you know, standing on me. Hey, you got it, babe. Yep. When then we had I missed Daria though. Oh, Daria, sorry, Sonya Deville. So we did that spot too. So I was like, kitchen two buff ladies, yeah.
Were you under there the whole match?
Yeah.
How do you know it's your time to go?
Yeah,
you got a cue?
TV there, yeah.
Oh, you got a TV to watch. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I never knew. Never what the deal was when you were under the ring.
I just figured, you'd tell me a sub, you know, hey, baby, you just, you know, it's TV, you just.
When you won Money in the Bank, did they have a plan for you? If you're gonna win this and you're gonna cash in at this particular moment, did they tell you that?
I don't think there was a plan. No, I don't. It was kind of a shocker because the whole day was like we couldn't get up on the roof for the longest time because of the COVID stuff, and it was like just sitting, do one thing and shoot it. So we were basically just sitting there in your gear, like they were kind of, you know, bullshitting with all the boys and, you know, kind of calling stuff. We'll make it even more spectacular, like the plate where, you know, Baron, he was like, oh, let's throw the plate in the mirror, get it approved, you know, gets it approved, you know, like, so it was just like a long day. Then finally Jamie's like, you think King Kong up in there? I go, King Kong? He goes, yeah, come with me. Jamie Noble. Introduces. Jamie's all fired up. He walks up and he's just climbing this ladder with his cowboy boots. I'm like, babe, I'm not going up there. I hate heights. That's why I only go on the second rope. He's like, get your ass up here. Come on. So I fucking, and it was a long way down. I mean, it's a headquarters, babe. So we go out there and he goes, all right, I'm gonna take a picture of you, take your shirt off and roar. I go, okay. Like King Kong, like really roar. I'm like, okay, we're roaring. Sorry, I've been sitting for 14 hours. Then all of a sudden, you're going to win it. I'm like, oh, okay. And then, yeah, from there. But I think everything was always like, again, it was who's healthy, who's not. So that could have been a factor there, with testing about COVID and all that. So it is a bunch of changes going on.
But are you at any point holding the briefcase and going, I'm going to be a world champion? Like that's what this means. This means I probably get the title.
My brain doesn't think that way. It's,
how does it think?
Basically, it's $1 million question. It's basically, it's like, how can I make this bigger than what it can be? And it's tough without the crowd too, because again, you're not getting that reaction live. You're getting it online mostly, or through the boss. So it was just one of those things where we could do a few things, but then it was kind of like we did like the Otis court case. What was that? The court case with Miz, and that was a hilarious day. By the way.
Why?
Well, you got Morrison and me in a room. You can't have the two boys in a room there. Morrison gets excited. He gets me going. And then next thing you know, guys, we got to get this done, okay? Like if Teddy Long gets hot, something's wrong. Teddy goes, all right, boys, shut the hell up. I've been known to be very quiet in the locker room, boys. They always make sure the girls' makeup is to go away from the male talent. No, they don't. Because I'll just be like, hey, babes, how are you? Doing some makeup? Yeah.
The reaction you got when you finally had enough with Gable.
Yeah.
What a moment that was.
Oh, yeah. It was basically, in my words, in Gorilla, I go, I'm so fucking hard right now. it was the coolest shit. Like, things were, and there's still a lot of story there too. So it's just one of those things organically, like me and Gable, like we don't have to talk much about like how we're going to do it. If that makes sense. It's kind of like, he knows how I would react. He's seen me piss. He's seen me cry. He's seen me, all this stuff. You know what I mean? So he knows what I got to do to kind of turn that switch on, kind of thing. Because again, it kind of was funny because everyone's kind of like, oh, make sure you look serious. And I'm going, guys, have you ever seen me really pissed off in real life? I go, it's pretty scary. It's not hard to get pissed. So usually I'm pretty chill.
The crowd wanted you to just destroy Gable.
And I remember going like, is push enough? That's like, let's try it out. And like, so I'm thinking like club him, give him a slam. Sorry, Daz. It's his nickname. Bam. And
Daz?
Dazzle, yeah. He loves that nickname.
Why is it Dazzle?
Just ever since day one. We used nicknames, yeah. He's
Dozer and Dazzler.
Yeah. So it's like, I'll be like, hey man, if we start being baby faces after we're heel, we'll have Doze and Daz. He's like, no.
I think the crowd was expecting like you were just gonna like blow up on him.
Yeah, it was kind of like, and I fire up ridiculously where I couldn't breathe. I remember Kobe called me out and he goes, "Better breathe in there, kid." I go, "Oh no, I'm just fired up." Like, the crowd just, I don't know. It's a certain drug, babe. I don't know.
Was that one of the coolest crowd reactions you've had?
Definitely. And then there's a couple of them where there's one where we're NXT, we're working 6 man. It's me, Ricochet, and Heavy Machinery versus Undisputed Era. We did this comeback, and thank God those boys can bump. They're like, do your dozer train, but do it like 8 times. I'm like, damn, babe, what are you guys like? All right. Because every time I hit him, Kyle's always just like, damn it, doze. I'm like, well, sorry, I'm fucking jacked up. So we do it, and then every time I don't know, I forgot what building it was, but the crowd just got, and as soon as I stopped before the worm, it just popped. It was one of those things I was like, I didn't go to sleep at all that day. I barely sleep after performing. I'm just like sitting in my hotel. I'm like, yes, behave.
Yeah, what do you do when you get back to the hotel? You just must be jacked
Well, the
up.
old me would, start, find the next bar next town and all that. And kind of, hey, what are you boys doing tonight? But really, he's kind of been calming down lately with that. And watch a bunch of horror movies.
What's your go-to drink?
Oh, Johnny Walker Red, babe. Oh, yeah. Don't get black. No. Bars always do. They go, we only have black, and it's only $12 more, which, I don't care now. But when I was back as a college kid, I'm like, that $12 is a lot, babe. So, yeah, scotch and beer. Yeah, love beer.
What was the first big purchase that you made after getting your big WWE contract?
Big purchase.
Like you buy yourself a truck, a night out. What was it?
No. So Gable, you say this too. He goes, you probably should have bought a bed first. I go, no, I know me, babe. No.
You didn't have a bed?
Far more things important, babe. So I walk in.
Than a bed?
Well, you gotta understand, I had a 1-bedroom apartment for years. I don't need much more. So I'm just thinking like, hey, as long as there's a shitter and a fucking, So I got a big old screen TV that didn't fit the nightstand table. And of course, Gable's like, well, how are we going to put this up? I go, and I remember looking around, I go, oh, I got these porn cards. So we put the deck right there. That was my TV. And I bought a big couch and then kitchen table. And then it took me forever to buy a bed. I just slept on the couch.
So the giant TV was the big purchase.
Probably, yeah. I'm pretty boring, babe, really.
That's pretty great.
I'm not mentioning cars and I don't know. I'll explain that. I don't know.
You've since purchased a bed, though.
Like, I still drive the same car I bought years ago. I really don't. Till the wheels fall off, babe. I should probably change my air fryer that I think about it. But no. You're going to stick into her bed to your last moment of frying those burgers. I got you.
You're a loyal man.
That's how I am. I don't know. Till the wheels fall off, babe.
You still live around here?
Oh, yeah.
You didn't have to go to Orlando?
Nope. When you go to NXT, yeah.
So you were in Orlando and then moved back?
Yeah, it's a long 6 years. It just wasn't my style, babe. It was just like so damn hot. It's so fucking hot. You know what I mean? It's the dough is hot, and your car breaks down, and it's like, what's going on here? Because I remember I had my first Ford, it's a Ford truck or something, and the battery just died coming to Orlando. So my first day there, I'm just like, great, I got battery problems. And it was just, but yeah, it was a different lifestyle, definitely. It was kind of like, it was just like, you go to a grocery store, and just people just seem like they have all the time in the world. I'm just like, babe, come on, let's get going here.
Yeah, the pace of life in Florida is rather slow.
Very. I hate to say it, babes. We're not talking shit. We're just taking facts.
Well, I lived there for 5 years, so
I go back home, Super One. She's going ding, ding, ding. I don't give a shit who you are. 195. Got you, babe. Click.
Don't they call it God's waiting room?
I guess so.
What they call Florida.
God's waiting. Just keep waiting.
No, because it's like, with great respect, that's where everybody goes when they retire.
Yep.
So, what kind of car do you drive now?
Ford Fusion.
I don't know how you fit into a Ford Fusion.
I know. I get it all the time.
That's
the
amazing.
air conditioning seats, really, I fell in love with it. It was a hot day looking for a car. I had, I think his name was, I forgot the dealer's name, but he was trying to work me. And I said, babe, need all-wheel drive at least? Air conditioning seats. Could show me these cars. No, over here. Come on. And then sat down and go, oh, it feels so good on the gooch. Oh, babe, we're getting this car. Signed me the papers. It took like 6 hours to get a car. I'm like, babe, want to hurry this up, dude? We got some meals to eat.
You might be Chris Farley reincarnated.
I get that a lot. And again, I love Chris, but he wasn't like an influencer or anything, to be honest with you. I mean, I love his work, but it's not my kind of comedy. I don't know if that makes any sense. Like, obviously, the physicalness, maybe. But I don't know. I feel like I always looked up to John Candy more. Especially John Candy. My mom would have that on all the time.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles has a special place in my heart.
Oh, dude. So good. And as Maxxine, she hasn't seen these. So we have to give her homework assignments.
Yeah, she's seen 3 movies in her whole life.
Yeah, she's seen Dumb and Dumber. I said, well, you're kind of telling me that it's a good thing. Like you should have saw it years ago. Dumb and Dumber is a classic, babe. But yeah, we give her, I think the last one I gave her was Dazed and Confused. And I gave her 10 questions. She got 8 of them right. She was arguing the 9th one. I said, no.
You quiz her after she sees the movies.
So I'll make sure she sees it, yeah. You just can't look this up on YouTube, babe. No. These are certain questions.
They're specific.
Yeah, that's how my brain works. I don't know. Coley knows too, guy off camera. It's like, and Gable could say this too, I don't remember anything about yesterday, but I remember this actor from this movie was in this movie at this date. Just weird stuff. I can't explain it.
What's your favorite movie of all time? Not just horror film.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Wow.
I love it.
Recent reference.
Yeah, because I just love Tarantino.
That's your favorite Tarantino film then too, obviously?
No, From Dusk Till Dawn. That was confusing, wasn't it?
Yeah. Your favorite movie of all time is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
It is.
But not your favorite.
But George Clooney, babe, with the fucking wood
Tarantino
thing?
didn't direct From Dusk Till Dawn.
You're right. It was Rodriguez. So it's still my favorite movie, babe. Sorry. I botched my own horror stuff. Damn it. Sorry. Take off my socks. Not worthy of Frankenstein right now.
Why is Once Upon a Time your favorite one?
It just reminds me of The Boys a little bit. Just I don't know. I feel like you see a loss in the chemistry of characters, and it's hard to do with movies sometimes these days because, especially horror movies like The Strangers. Oh my God. just so much buildup and just so much no investment. It's like you lose me. But in that movie, I was there the whole, and apparently it's supposed to be 4 hours long. I couldn't imagine. I'd watch all 4 hours long, but I love the ending with it. Like I say, if you're an intruder at my house, you're going down, babe. I got hatchets and everything.
That scene where DiCaprio's in the trailer and he's yelling at himself.
It's so good. It's so good.
What a performance.
8 whiskey sours. God damn. Drink it again. Fucking so good. Then he takes a sip. Yeah. Fuck it. So good, dude. I love that movie, dude.
That's so
it's one of those movies you just love. You know, like say that you love certain guys and you're a kid, like, you know, it's just.
I appreciate that that's your all-time favorite because most people, they got to go back 20 or 30 or 40 years.
But there's just too many movies in my fucking brain, man, to be like a horror. I always say Texas Chainsaw Massacre because that was the first film I was like, are you sure this isn't real? Like, it just felt like a snuff film. I mean, not technically.
Yeah.
But like, it's, yeah, I watched that, you know, I guess I watched all this when I was too young, I guess. Like watching RoboCop, like, whoa. Then you watch it again going, I just watched this when I was a kid. Amazing. Amazing.
What are some of your goals in WWE?
I'm definitely that singles match in WrestleMania. I mean, everyone talks about the title. For me, it's basically, you know, probably have a big match with Gable. Hopefully, it'd be cool. Maybe someday. I don't know.
I feel like this has been building for a while.
Yeah. So maybe there. I always like, this is like I said, going back, but always wanted to work with Wyndham. Definitely. And that's going to be a fantasy of mine until we go to heaven, basically. Because like, I always knew me and him could tear the house down if we could. You know, two big guys that can, you know, our styles aren't exactly similar, but he's way more agile. And the guy, you know, the guy is phenomenal. So yeah, R.I.P. babe. But like Dad and working with certain guys too, said newer guys coming in but yeah, and then obviously, you know, having that big title win would be nice. But I don't know, for me, this is doing what I do. How do I say this? Doing what I love to do has just basically been like a blessing for me. And it's selfishly, I'm doing it for myself because it's that much of a love for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like people always go, oh, why you like wrestling? It's a bunch of headlocks and bimbos. I go, well, because every amateur tournament, the lady would do this. She would go, all right now, and I forgot her name, but she'd always botch my real last name. Of course she did. She basically would just say, Nico, you're on mat 11. Talking on the microphone right now, again, poke salad. So she'd be like, there's no headlocks, no ropes, no turnbuckles, and no bimbos. This is real wrestling. I remember being at an old amateur tournament going like, I'm a bimbo. What do you do now, Nico? I do bimbo stuff.
Have you always had this much energy?
No, I'm tired sometimes. No, it's yeah.
You bring it. Bring it.
I guess so, yeah. That's why, you know, it's like, it gets to the point now where the boys are arguing who's going to ride with me. So now it's like, wait a minute. Is
that a good thing or a bad thing? They want to ride with you or they don't want to ride with you?
Because I feel bad going, well, I was going to go with him and then, sorry. He goes, well, you said we go with us. I go, no, you thought I said that. No, no, it's all
they all want to ride with you.
I guess so, yeah.
So who are you typically riding with?
It would be either AOP, Razar, or Sonny and Gazimi, and Paulie, or it'd be Dazzle, Fergie, McDonough, but his real name is McNuge. And
everybody has a nickname. Yeah. It's great.
What's his real name? He hasn't even seen Saving Silverman yet. He doesn't even know the joke. Even on Twitter, they don't even know the joke. Or X. Sorry, X. Oh, yeah. You'll find out soon, babes.
How did... Oh, yeah.
And Bronson Reed. Yeah. Which is terrible for working together. Because it's just like, you pull it to the building like, okay, drop me off. This can't be this obvious.
That car must have incredible shocks.
Well, and then one time Ricochet, yep. Ricky was in the back, and he was Snapchatting, and we're just back there going, oh, yeah. And we didn't realize we were covering the whole seat. You don't know how big you are until, like, you get recorded, I guess, or something. They were just, like, we were literally just kissing shoulders, and, like, his ponytail was touching the ceiling. My hair is all in Ricky's face. Like, I felt bad. But, yeah, definitely AC's on 100%. He actually gets a little cold, that little Australian. Yes. He goes, dude, tune it down a little bit. I said, no. Keep it up. It's only an hour left to drive.
How did Oh Yeah become your thing?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Ever since the day I first masturbated, brother. Yeah, it's been basically, it's been basically, oh yeah. No. It's been, I just love Randy. Again, Randy's been my number one. Randy Savage, I guess, for obvious reasons. But definitely, it'd just be, we'd be sitting there playing football, the guy off the camera with me, just get a nice hit. Oh yeah. But like, I wouldn't say it like Randy sometimes. I make sure it sounded weird if I was on top of you. So if I was pinning you, I'd be like, oh, fuck yeah. You're done. And
There's a little trash talk right
oh,
there.
yeah, that was bad. Yeah, weigh-ins were good. You got to weigh in naked. Got to.
What?
Show me I'm not afraid of anything. Just go there naked with a big dip in and you just stare at him, talk shit. Obviously, had to tone it down. I got humbled in the Olympic Training Center, by the way. You walk in there like, I'm a state champion, undefeated. I'm a fucking national champion. Come on, old guys, beat the shit out of me.
How close were you to going to the Olympics?
Not even close, babe.
Really?
I just made a...
But you were in the training camp?
It's a qualifier, the what is it? World Team Trials, but yeah.
2012, right?
Yes, sir. So Gable, as a stud he is, did it all, baby. He had a tough match with Jordan Home for, I think they had 2 matches together back to back. So it's always best 2, or was it best 2 out of 3? Something like that. For the finals.
But you're there. You're
there. And then again, I was like, I had one more year of love for it. Then after that, I was just done. I was like, just burnt out mentally. Just because you're always, there's always a dick measuring contest. It's always like, all right, who's on this guy? And I would never I was always a weirdo who never look at my opponent. I was like, I would just figure out when we get out there. I go, well, we should have figured that one out. You got my leg.
What did you weigh when you wrestled?
So I was always, I only cut for 2 years because it was 120 kilos. So that's 264 point something.
That was the max, right?
Max.
For heavyweight?
Yep. So I always walked around at 285.
That's crazy that you would cut to make heavyweight.
Well, that was dumber back then. I mean, we were dumb kids. Like, oh, I'm underweight. Let's have a big slushy and then a big Subway sandwich. Yeah, we're really replenishing our bodies here. Like, just set for disaster. So yeah, that was obviously a factor there.
How's your first podcast experience been?
Oh, it was great there. We got Cold Bore Shore off camera here with Christopher. No, it's great. Like I said, I always get a little intimidated doing interviews with myself because I say the wrong thing sometimes, but at the right time sometimes.
Well, you've so often done them with Gable, right?
Yeah, and he's like, he'll cover me. especially a couple of times with Cricket Wireless. We're talking between the commercial. And the ladies did not get the joke I got. And of course, I'm expecting this big pop. And he goes, you can't do that everywhere, man. They don't get anything you just said. All right, there. We rewind it back there. All right, I'm a fisherman now. All right.
I end every interview with gratitude. It's a big part of my life. So, Otis,
what are your phone?
Ooh.
Is that your phone? My phone. Okay.
What are 3 things you're grateful for, Otis?
Jesus, for sure. Just like, there's a lot of things like, as especially males, we tend to, I can do this all myself. I can do this, I don't need a higher power, all this. And a lot of things in my life, turned me away from it. And a lot of times it was just because I was going through it. And as I got to know some people and started feeling at home in a church, it was that's when because I think I got baptized again. I think it was 2014 or 15, just to kind of tell everybody hey, I'm not going to change how I am. This is me submitting myself to the Lord. So obviously, Lord Jesus Christ, my family and friends for sure. And obviously the boys, obviously, because, it could be a schedule, but, we always got to pick each other up at times. And so very grateful for the boys. We have a great locker room and great men's locker room and female. So
you guys look like you're having a blast out there.
It's getting a little out of hand. Yeah, I think it's going to come to the point where we're going to have to show every single continent all week long. Yeah, it's getting there, babe.
It's so cool. Wrestling is as popular and as hot as it was when we were growing up.
Especially when you're going in airports and the kid should know certain things, and it's just hell yeah, you know what I mean? I watched this at the show. I'm like, man, you paid that much attention? Good kid.
Wow.
Say, yeah, we're good. And of course, get all the girls that. So I'll sit to the story where I thought we were boarding, and I I just get done eating a sandwich. And I get over to sit down, and this girl, I could tell she's eyeing me down, but she's nervous, asked for a picture. And I just kept like sitting there selling it, like don't talk to me kind of a face, like I never usually have. And I'm just like, you looking at me, babe? You see something you like? And then, of course, like the whole gate was like, who the fuck just said that? And she became even more embarrassed, but like excited at the same time. So I'm sorry if I do that to you guys. Got to work you sometimes.
You walking through an airport must just be incredible.
Yeah, Mike the Miz will talk about it. He goes, you'll just see a boulder of sweat. He's just walking.
But then everybody's like, who is this guy?
Well, then at the same time, there's no etiquette anymore. Like literally, go,
In
babe,
what way?
you walk that way, I walk this way. Ka-cha, it's a highway. I always get the look from the mom going, are you going to move or what? I'm like, babe, you want me to go under the seat? I mean, like, you know what I mean? There's no etiquette anymore. It's like a free-for-all. So for me, that's bad. Because I'm not tall. I can't see you ahead of me. So I'm just like, sorry, guys. I'm sorry about that. Your kid hit my knee. I'm sorry. Like, been there, babe.
What a blast this was.
Oh, yes.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely. Thank you, Christopher. Hope I didn't say anything too juicy. Try to cross my legs like usual guys do, but I can't.
Can you? Can you? You can, right? There it is.
Yeah,
I'll do one too.
Well, usually podcast everyone does something like, yeah,
I don't know.
down the road, slap my quad. And then she came in and said this. You know what I mean? That was the best with Tucky. You can always tell when he's talking about politics or something serious from a faraway distance. His hands get higher. Like Tucky would just be like, I'm like, what are you building up? Fucking comeback, brother. I go, oh, she's talking about politics again. Oh, yeah. Get those hands up, babe. You're under arrest.
Oh, thanks, man.
Absolutely.
That was a blast.